In this video, we are going to talk about how to find the volumes and surface area of spheres and hemispheres. We already have a question on the screen, and our question says we should find the volume and surface area of a sphere whose radius is 3 centimeters. So before I start solving this question, I will write out solution here. What will happen next is that I'll pick out the important values I'm given in my question. Now my question tells me to find, first of all, the volume, and then second of all, the surface area of a sphere whose radius is 3 centimeters. So a given value of our sphere is r is equal to 3 centimeters. And then I'm told to find my volume and surface area. Now, before we start, I would just like to draw a diagram of a sphere so that you have an idea of what we are looking at. A sphere looks something like this, and then like this. So a sphere is a 3D shape, and the center of the sphere is around here. The radius is simply distance from this center to any point on the sphere. This is r. R is 3 centimeters. So now that we've seen how a sphere looks like, let's jump into the question. The first question says we should find volume. Now to find the volume of our sphere, we use the formula of V is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. Plug our radius into this formula, and then we use pi as equal to 22/7. So that if we plug value of pi and radius into this formula, our volume will be equal to 4/3 times pi is 22/7, so this will be 22 divided by 7 times the radius is 3, so this is 3 cube. Now if I multiply the numerators and the denominators by themselves, I have my volume as equal to 4 times 22 times 3 cube divided by 7 times 3. So I know that 3 can see a 1s and 3 can go into this, so that I have 3 square here. And then from this I have V is equal to 4 times 22 times 3 square, and this is divided by 7. So that if I use my calculator for this numerator and say 4 times 22 times 3 square, I'll get 792 divided by, the denominator here is 7, so this is divided by 7. So if I say 792 divided by 7, I'll get approximately 113.14 centimeters cube. So the next thing we ask to calculate is to find the surface area of our sphere. Now to calculate our surface area of our sphere, we can use the formula of surface area is equal to 4 pi r square. So now our surface area becomes equal to 4 times pi is 22/7, so we are 22/7 here, times the radius is 3, so we have 3 square here. This is equal to, if we multiply the numerators alone, we have 4 times 22 times 3 square divided by 7. So this is equal to, if we do 4 times 22 times 3 square, we get 792 divided by 7. So if we do 792 divided by 7, we still get the same answer here. There's 113.14. Now the unit of surface area is simply centimeters square in this case. So in this case, you have the surface area and the volume giving you the same value, but it rarely happens. So let's look into examples on hemispheres to see how to calculate volumes and surface areas of hemispheres. In this question, we are told that we should find the volume and surface area of a hemisphere whose radius is 6 centimeters. Like I did before, I'll write out my solution first. Then I'll write out my important values. Now the question tells me that my radius is 6 centimeters. So I'll write out my radius as 6 centimeters. Now I'd like to draw a diagram of a hemisphere so that we can use it to analyze this question. So a hemisphere looks something like this. You have the half part of a sphere, and then the radius is simply the distance from the center to any point on the hemisphere. So let's call this radius equals 6 centimeters here. We're told to find the volume and the surface area of the hemisphere. First of all, to find the volume of the hemisphere, we use the formula of volume of the hemisphere is equal to 2 over 3 pi r cube. So volume of a hemisphere is just simply half of volume of a sphere. So this is equal to, now if we take our pi as 22 over 7 and our radius as 6, I plug everything into this formula, we get 2 over 3 times 22 over 7 times the radius is 6. So this is 6 cube. So if you multiply all the numerators here, it tells us that V is equal to 2 times 22 times 6 cube divided by 3 times 7. If we multiply all the numerators and say 2 times 22 times 6 cube, we'll get 9,504. Then for the denominator, 3 times 7 is 21. So that we see 904 divided by 21. We get our volume as equal to 452.57 centimeter cube. So that's the volume of this hemisphere. Now, the second thing they told us to find is the surface area. Now, if they're telling you to find the surface area, they're telling you to find the total surface area. So now, the total surface area is simply the sum of this area here, the curved surface area of the hemisphere, plus the base of the hemisphere. So plus this side of the hemisphere. So this is the base area of the hemisphere. Now, how do you find the total surface area or the surface area of the hemisphere? The total surface area of a hemisphere is equal to the curved surface area, which is CSA, plus the base area. Now, the curved surface area is kind of like if you cut a sphere into two. So it's half of the surface area of a sphere, which is 2 pi r square. Now, the base area is simply a circle on that side. So the base area is simply pi r square. Since there's pi r square here, pi r square here, the coefficient here is 2, the coefficient here is 1. So you can add them up. So 2 plus 1 there, we have 3. So that we know that the total surface area of a hemisphere is 3 pi r square. So that the total surface area here is equal to 3 times pi is 22 over 7 as we've been using it. So this will be 22 divided by 7 times the radius is 6. So that we have 6 square here. And then we know that the total surface area here is equal to 3 times 22 times 6 square divided by 7. So if you multiply the numerators only and we do 3 times 22 times 6 square, we get 2,376. Now this is divided by 7. So if we say 2,376 divided by 7, we get 339.43 centimeter square. So this is the total surface area, while this is the volume of the hemisphere. So that's how to calculate the volume and surface area of a sphere and a hemisphere. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.